week 11 of fall winter 2024, the Jane's Addiction collab, the bangers, the flops, and everything in between. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Guys, before we get started, I want to remind you to please hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel, hit the noti bell so you can stay up to date every single time we post and go live. We go live on this channel every single Thursday for Supreme and every single Friday for Palace. Starts at around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour before both drops, which both happened at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, believe it or not. Also, consider becoming a member for $2.99 a month. You get access to exclusive chat icons, exclusive giveaway entries, members only polls, some early content, and more. And at the higher tiers, you can suggest content or even come on the channel with your boy. So check that out if you want to help me out. I also have referral codes in the description and other ways you can support the channel for free. Every little bit counts. I am trying to purchase some Supreme Grails, guys. Spend money on this channel for once, make a name for myself out here, and every dollar counts. So thank you so much. Now let's get into the drop list. All right, here is Supreme Drops' partial drop list, and knowing my luck, this will probably be outdated, and if it is, by the time I'm editing it, I will include the full drop list. But just know, guys, this doesn't have all the items on it. It doesn't have any of the Jane's Addiction stuff. We will be looking at that in a second, and these prices could be incorrect. This is Supreme Drops' best guess. It's Tuesday, so we don't know fully everything coming out. A lot of people ask me, Thomas, what is coming out this week? What's coming out next week? And I always tell people, I know as soon as Supreme Drops knows. So if you guys want to know when this stuff comes out before I even drop a video, go follow Supreme Drops. Go follow Supreme Community and go follow Drops by Jay. These are the three intel makers in this community, and honestly, I couldn't do what I do without them, so appreciate them for their awesome intel and always hooking it up with that. Now, after looking at that drop list overview for a second, let's take it back to supreme.com and look at the Jane's Addiction collab before we get into Supreme Community. All right, 10/29/24, Supreme x Jane's Addiction. American rock band Jane's Addiction is credited with kickstarting the mainstream alternative rock era that came to define the 1990s. Jane's Addiction was formed by Perry Farrell and Eric Avery in Los Angeles in '85. After unsuccessful starts with multiple guitarists and drummers, Jane's Addiction that crystallized when Avery's sister suggested then-boyfriend, 18-year-old drummer Stephen Perkins. Perkins in turn recruited his former marching band mate, guitarist Dave Navarro. The band came through the city's underground club scene, regularly headlining at the Scream. Very cool. We got Hair Metal Craze, 87, self-titled live recording album. So Supreme has worked with Jane's Addiction on a new collection for fall 24. The collection consists of a mechanic's jacket, cardigan, short sleeve shirt, hooded sweatshirt, ringer tee, and 2 t-shirts, available October 31st. And if you guys couldn't already tell, I'm definitely getting in the Halloween spirit, so I cannot wait for our Supreme stream this Halloween. We might have to go extra long and see if we can't get some new subscribers, some new members, and really just have a good time. So we're really going to try to go all out for this Thursday stream, so you won't want to miss it with this Jane's Addiction collab. Read more about the band on supreme.com, and let's take a look at all the pictures. We got 46 of them. This is the sweater. Did they say they had a sweater, a cardigan, a short sleeve shirt? I'm interested to see what this mechanic's jacket looks like. There's the t-shirt, maroon cardigan. There is the mechanic shirt, I assume. That's kind of cool. Here it is in green. It's got these clips on the front, buttons, a hood with some strings. This is the short sleeve shirt right here, Jane's Addiction. Here's the hoodie, another ringer tee, kind of like the colors on this one. Been Caught Stealing. There's the actual Supreme Haynes Bones tee, or long sleeve thermal, under the Jane's Addiction t-shirt. Jane's Addiction Ritual de lo Habitual Supreme. Okay, mechanic's jacket. It's decent. I like the design. It's got some military style pockets on that. You like to see some military style pockets. Nothing really does it quite like an actual military jacket. I found this at the thrift store for literally $9, and it's military issued. I know that's not what this video is pertaining to, but I feel like I just had to say something. This is probably some album artwork on the back. I'm sure our resident pop culture expert Garbage Day can tell us all about Jane's Addiction and their significance. Of course, you guys know me. I'm not a Jane's Addiction fan, but I've heard their name. I know they're very popular. And I realized there was some drama recently. I think one of the band members punched someone else in the band, Dave Navarro versus Perry. I don't know the full story, but it's kind of funny that that happened like a month ago. and now we're getting their collab. So some drama with Jane's Addiction Supreme collab. You'll love to see it. We got the cardigan right here. This is probably my favorite piece out of the collection. It looks like the most wearable if you're not a Jane's Addiction fan. You know what I'm saying? The artwork on the back is pretty cool. Jane's Addiction in the blue actually looks really good contrasted on the maroon. Black looks good as well. I think maroon might be a little bit cleaner. We'll see how big this stuff is. I need you guys to tell me in the comments if you're a big Jane's Addiction fan, because sometimes I struggle to understand if it's gonna like really sell out, if it's gonna have a lot of hype behind it, because to be honest, this collab is nothing really special. It's not really sticking out to me as incredible stuff. Like this hooded sweatshirt, man, it just seems like album art, maybe music video, promotion stuff. This is kind of a cool ringer t-shirt. I'm assuming it's gonna be like, this is gonna be like $100, 98 bucks, and the mechanic's jacket will be like $290 or something, $250. The stealing t-shirt, it might be nice if you're a casual fan, grab a t-shirt or something, but I'm not really too sure how I feel about this collab. Like for me personally, none of these items are really captivating me. And of course, being someone who doesn't listen to Jane's Addiction, there's no way I would cop this collab. So this is definitely, in my opinion, a personal type of piece. I think maybe this maroon cardigan could do something, maybe the mechanic's jacket, but I really don't think so, guys. This is definitely cop it if you like it type of situation. All right, now back to the partial drop list. We got some cool items coming out. Trompe Olay, we got the bike, leather goods, some hats. I think we also potentially might have the jerseys coming out this week. But yeah, people are not liking Jane's Addiction stuff at all. You can look right here on Supreme Community, and it's kind of unfortunate, but it makes sense. I get it. Supreme's been pretty hit or miss with their collabs recently. Like either they're kind of a banger or kind of a stinker. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I definitely do. Now let's go back through the drop list in reverse chronological order on Supreme Community. So we're going worst to best. We got the woven striped shirt, definitely a personal piece. Not a fan, really. It's got a collar button up. If you like it, cop it. Estimated retail is $138. The reflective piping track pants are next. I think these kind of match the logo featured on the soccer jersey that's also releasing. Kind of cool. 3M hits. They have a matching top as well. $148. Could see some resale on like one colorway in the larger sizes potentially. Wouldn't count on it, but pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a like. Rhinestone 5-panel. The camo hat is probably worth going after if you think camo hats are still gonna pop off regardless. The kid got loose in the Supreme factory with the bedazzling gun, and this is another item they came up with. I could maybe see the denim one doing okay. Denim has been continuing to do well, but it is 78 bucks, so that higher price point probably takes away most resale potential. I think if you're going for anything other than personal on this thing, your money is spent elsewhere on other items. New Era accent beanie. I think if you like some of these color combinations, it's a solid beanie. It's got the script logo, big Supreme Old English font on it. Not really for me, but if you like it, go for it. If I had to pick one colorway that stands above the rest, it might be this teal and black one. I just like the way it looks. All right, the reflective jacquard camp cap. Here we go. Now, I gotta admit, I was kind of wrong on items that I thought were gonna sell out last week, which I haven't covered that video quite yet. Let me know if you guys want to see me do that at the beginning of next stream or do a whole nother video of what sold out from week 10. But I don't know. I feel like we might be able to just talk about it on stream and it'll be okay. But anyway, basically the laser jacquard hat that came out in week 10, I thought was gonna sell out. And I'm gonna maybe learn from my mistakes and say this one probably won't do that good either. I don't think people like repeating logos as much as I think they do. And I think if anything, this Arctic camo one could do the best because it's a unique colorway. But other than that, 58 bucks, it's probably not going to have much resale on it and probably won't sell out in all colorways. Getting into the leather items, we have a large duffel bag for $498. I've said it once, I will say it again. Supreme needs to get back to form on their duffel bags. These are trash. I mean, the leather looks good, but this small box logo and this same design that we've seen for the past few seasons is so boring. I'm so sick of it. Like, these bags do not look cool. They're not what they used to be. Like, give me a freaking giant Supreme logo. Terrible picture from Grailed, but look at this giant Supreme logo on this bag from spring summer 2017. I don't know why they can't do this anymore. They've always had the small box logo right there, but I just feel like in recent years, we've been getting these boring designs that don't have cool patterns on them. Yeah, it's a leather material, but do we really care that much about leather? If anything, all the leather items are going to be the same, guys. The green is the best color to go with. If you don't like the green, get the black. Speaking of leather, we got the leather baggy 5-pocket jeans retailing for an estimated $500. Lambskin leather with taffeta lining. This is that rich bitch type of item. I have no idea if it's going to resell or not. Go with your gut. I think leather experts, you're going to have to sound off on the chat. I know I've asked for a lot today from chat, but you guys need to tell me if I need to be buying $500 lambskin leather pants. Reflective piping pullover is next to match the pants from earlier, 178. I think these are pretty cool. I actually quite like the logo on the front. It says NYMMXXIV, which is New York 2024. Supreme on the front. I think all this piping and stuff is very cool. It reminds me of a vintage 2003 era Nike track jacket. Don't know what this logo is inspired by, but it looks pretty cool. I like that it matches the pants as well. I'm a fan of the red. Fuck it. Or black. Red or black. Leather waist bag. 128 is not too bad for a waist bag, given that it is leather. I feel like these are pretty redundant if you already have one, so I'd only recommend buying this if you want it to keep. I can't really recommend any of this leather stuff for resale. Last season, it didn't go very well at all. And I think some people copped it and held on to it for a year. I'm not sure people are really going to get any profit from this stuff. I really don't recommend bags anymore unless they're collaborations. Supreme has just been pretty off on their bags as of late. Crest soccer jersey. Estimated price is 98 bucks. I think we're probably going to go for this. It matches the logo we saw on the track jacket. I don't know. Jerseys continue to be the money makers. I did just buy a Kith jersey and 2 Palace jerseys that aren't really doing too well. So if you guys actually want some jerseys at a fair price and don't get these, hit your boy up. I probably need to get rid of those. We'll see. But anyway, these I think are pretty cool. It was like the only item I was looking forward to last week and they got delayed, which is classic Supreme. Pink and black are my favorites. I think you could probably flip these in XXL for like 175, 180. Maybe 200, it depends. And then I think over time, slowly they will go up in price. That's typically how jerseys go. But since everybody targets these for resale, it's really important, guys, to sell these ASAP, order confirmed on eBay or StockX, so you can get your item for the max amount of profit, and just got to get lucky with that. Another duffel bag, smaller size, same thing. Not a huge fan of it. 42 liters. If you need it and want to use it, great. But other than that, I don't recommend it at all. Same thing with the backpack. Estimated price is $300 freaking dollars. Look how boring this thing looks. I just don't like it, guys. Maybe you do, and that's fine. And if you do, great. Buy it. Don't listen to me. I'm not a fan. I'm downvoting it. I should have downvoted all of them. Shoulder bag might actually be one of the better ones too. I think this is the most practical application of a leather bag if you're a guy especially. I think leather bags are kind of slept on. Maybe not. Maybe they're properly rated. I don't know. Maybe I sleep on them, but I like the green one quite a bit, and 110 is pretty nice. And I think the fact that it's the highest upvoted also shows that that's kind of how other people are feeling too. All right, the top 5 items this week. Let's get freaking right into it, boys. The HJR Trompe l'Oeil hooded work jacket, all cotton, 13-ounce denim with Trompe l'Oeil printed graphic, 3M thin insulation, and quilted cotton poplin lining with a full zip closure with pouch pocket at lower front and interior chest pocket, knit rib cuffs and hem. Original artwork by HJR. This thing is a very anticipated item. I'm debating on what I'm going to do with bots, what I'm going to do with Re-Up 23. I'm probably going to utilize them this week. I need to talk some strategy with some of my boys. So if you guys want to talk some resale strategy, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, or in the comments. I think this guy could be pretty good for that reason. I've seen a lot of Supreme people in Japan talking about this thing, really liking it. I am torn between this and the jeans. This one's more expensive. It does have this sick back hip, and I think the price ceiling for jackets just feels higher, but I also don't want to sleep on the jeans. If we look at the drop list, the jeans are technically rated higher than the jacket. Estimated price is 438 bucks though, so I really don't know. Supreme Drops has it at 368. I'm not too sure, man. But just looking at some additional pictures from the preview lookbook, it looks so sick. We'll see. This thing I think is probably pretty safe to go for resale. But let me know what you're feeling down below. Arc thermal zip up hooded sweatshirt, kind of a random shirt to get into next, but I actually like this thing quite a bit. I would definitely cop this thing for personal. It's got some really nice colorways. I like the red. I like the navy and gray. I think pink will do pretty well. in the smaller sizes too. It is thermal, so be warned, it is a warm boy. But I guess people are probably trying to get warm stuff now that it's almost November. Heavyweight cross-grain brushback fleece, $198 estimated price on that. And there you go. Arc thermal zip-up hooded sweatshirt. Boom. Metal bookmark from Supreme and David Howell & Co. This is a pretty interesting item. I think it's a little expensive for a bookmarker, but if you want it and you're already getting a couple items, I would say add this to your cart for free shipping. Get 1 or 2 of these. This one right here is pretty cool. The New York City skyline. Maybe you want to resell one for $5 over retail. I don't know what you want to do, but it's 20 bucks. It's there, it's available, and it's very cool. Now, speaking of very cool, we have the Supreme Brooklyn Machine Works Hardtail Park Bike. This thing is really sick. 14-inch steel hardtail park bike V4 with custom Supreme components. Shimano brakes, Shimano Saint cranks, and Marzocchi dirt jumper fork, DMR pedals included. Estimated price is $4,000 for this Brooklyn Machine Works bike. Now, Supreme Drops has it at $1,598. I think he's probably wrong on that. I would trust these guys a lot more just because I know these bikes are expensive. Brooklyn Machine Works is a custom bike shop in New York. I believe they created bikes for the Supreme team in 1997. Here are some images of one of the original Supreme bikes, again, that was created back in the 90s. Very rare, only like 20 of them exist. I saw one sold to guitarist Eric Clapton from Sotheby's for like $50,000 in all white edition. Pretty insane. Here's that bike that Eric Clapton purchased for $50,000. Very cool looking. I mean, it looks just like a bike, let's be real, but it is clean, it is neat, and it's rare, so we like it a lot. Here's the full story. In '98, James Jebbia commissioned Brooklyn Machine Works to create 36 bespoke 24-inch BMX cruiser bikes for the brand, handmade in Brooklyn with Supreme branding, all this kind of crazy stuff. This was owned by Eric Clapton, longtime friend of the brand. He ended up selling it, and we're getting a reissue of this collab. I think this is so sick. If you have the money, lock this thing down. You can't lose money on an item like this. This is something that's going to be very collectible for a long time, even though they are making more of them and it's not the same as the original. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. People will want this thing. It's worth it to get it. And if you're crazy, just ride it and flex on people until it gets stolen. And last but not least, the loose fit jeans from HGR Trompe L'Oreal. These are pretty sick. They match the work jacket. Estimated price only 200 bucks on them. So maybe we go for the jeans. Or I need you guys to tell me which ones to go for, because I'm stuck, I'm confused, and I'm poor and need some more money to buy more Supreme stuff. You know, the vicious cycle, but it's kind of a fun cycle to be in, isn't it? And that is the full partial drop list. Well, look at that. The very end of the video, we get the full drop list from Supreme Drops. I probably already edited it into the beginning, but nevertheless, we're looking at it together live, and it's basically everything that we just saw. Updated prices, and overall, it's a pretty decent week. It's nothing spectacular. Best items for resale this week, I think, are none of the Jane's Addiction stuff. I think that stuff is kind of trash. The bike is easily the best, but it's the most expensive, and therefore will be probably the hardest to get. I don't know if it's going to be in-store only. I bet they will release some of them online, probably not too many. HGR Trompe L'Oreal stuff will be pretty targeted. 438 might cut off a lot of people from the work jacket, but I could be wrong. I'm probably going to target the Trompe L'Oreal pants, pair that with a pink XL jersey or something that looks like free shipping to me, and call it a day at that. Leather goods are not that great. I think the biggest sleeper item of the week, it's voted pretty high up in the drop list, but I'm gonna say the thermal arc zip up is probably the sleeper item of the week. Can't really think of anything else. Like the track jacket, sure, but I think the thermal arc is the sleeper one. Pink item, maybe the red, but that's what I got to say about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. What are you copying down below? Let me know in the comment section. Been your boy Thomas, and I'm out.